Hello and welcome back to the Bald Book Geek. My name is Will, and this episode I want to talk about one of my favourite genres, science fiction. Why do you need to pick up science fiction? Why do you need to read science fiction? And that's what I want to go into with this. Science fiction is a wide genre that covers many bases, so here is the discussion and off we go. So, science fiction. Science fiction is a wide genre. So you go from very hard science fiction of Isaac Asimov to the science fantasy of Dune, and all the way through to even in media like the space operas of Star Wars and stuff like that. And then there's softer science fiction like The Host by Stephanie Meyer or The Time Traveler's Wife, or even countless others in that frame. Science fiction is extremely wide and it crosses into things in such a subtle way sometimes. For example, The Time Traveler's Wife deals with a man who has the ability to time travel. What's interesting about science fiction is that science fiction was started by women. The genre was, the first science fiction novel was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and contrary to popular belief, it is not a horror or a gothic novel. Frankenstein is science fiction, and the first of its kind. And her influence has been seen in from body horror, things like Alien, and all the way through. You have such a wide drawer of books to pull from that you can find anything in science fiction. There's science fiction romance novels, there's science fiction travel novels, there's science fiction travel guides for fictional planets. Science fiction is, and how many times can I say science fiction? Science fiction is a massive thing. You cannot generalize this genre. Science fiction is a spectacular thing, and you can just go into it head first. With any genre, it does have its weak elements, it does have its points where you think, oh no. But with classics like The Time Machine and Frankenstein, and even things like Isaac Asimov, I, Robot, things like that, you can go completely mad with this genre. Dune, for example, the original trilogy of the Dune novels remains spectacular. They're not the easiest reading, but once you get into them, you can't put them down. Science fiction goes so much deeper than what people give it credit for. It kind of shocks me that people are quick to dismiss it, that they think it's all spaceships and Star Trek. And yes, I'm a massive Star Trek geek, full stop. Science fiction comes into this wealth of literary material to draw from, both new and old, both independently published, both traditional publishing. Science fiction draws from those points. It draws into everything. And what I found is that once you start going in, it's very difficult not to stop, and it can get overwhelming. There's a lot of science fiction, there's a lot of stuff there that you do have to wade through to find what you like, but it's worth keeping going. When a lot of these books are in public domain, and a lot of these classics you can find in the genre are public domain. You can read them for free on the internet and legally, if you have your e-reader, your iPad, whatever you use. At the end of the day, there's no excuse not to give it a try. Science fiction is a genre that has captivated audiences since Frankenstein, since its conception by Mary Shelley, and everyone that has come since. Science fiction will, and I will say science fiction a lot, science fiction is a spectacular thing. So that's why you need to read it. You need to go out and find these novels, these writers, these voices, these unique people that are spectacular. And you are missing a wealth of literature. Literally, there is no way if you're not reading science fiction, you're missing so much. You are missing diverse writers. You are missing people that are just what you're looking for. What you moan that there isn't enough of is in science fiction. Go out there, read science fiction, find these novels, find these voices, find these classics, find the new books, find these books that set the benchmark for your science fiction reading. It's so open. So, tell me what you think in the comments as always. My name is Will, and there will be more episodes coming every week, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.